Hey, this is Steve Seffler, and welcome to Another Lifestyle. Today, our very special guest is well-renowned artist Phil Galatis of the North Shore. How's it going, Phil?
Good, Steve. How you doing?
I'm great. So tell us, you got started in high school?
It was in high school, Slidell High.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good alumni there. And art class.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I drafted.
Okay.
Man, I was actually painting when I was in the military.
Really?
And then I came back, got my degree in commercial art at Delgado, and stayed with it the whole time. That was in '79. Graduated '79. So I've been at this for a long time.
And what brings you here? They said you are making homes on Bayou Liberty, fishing, crabbing.
That was my family. Has been there since the
Late 1700s, it
right,
says.
right.
From Spain.
From Spain. Came over to Spain. From here was came here to Louisiana from Spain with Galvez. When Galvez came over,
Okay.
came up with that crew, and then they moved to the North Shore, and they liked it over here. You got out of New Orleans for a while, you know. You could get over here. It was quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, very few people.
So tell me, you do a lot for the community. What are you here for today?
Today,
look what I happen to have.
This is our project,
All
and
right.
this is Friends of Camp Salmon, and I'm involved in it to the point of this is a painting that I did. This is a print of the painting I did, and we're using this painting for fundraising
Okay.
to help redo the lodge. We do have a roof on it now, but now we have to work on, you know, the wooden part, the inside, the interior, to try to make it a little more functional.
Okay.
And that's what we're doing. We're selling these prints. We do have them online at iartlover.com
Okay.
and also at Friends of Camp Salmon.
Okay.
And they're $30 plus shipping.
Autograph?
All signed.
Okay.
All signed. They're not limited,
Okay.
but they are signed. Right.
So tell us, how did you get involved with this?
I actually painted this a few years ago,
Okay.
and Elizabeth Snyder, Pete Snyder's wife, yeah, she bought the original from me, and then I didn't do anything with it.
St. Joe Brick, right?
St. Joe
That's
Brick.
right.
And I didn't do anything with it, and I just wanted to do it because I grew up on the bayou. This was part of my life on the bayou.
Paddling the canoes.
Oh yeah, the whole
Fishing,
thing.
crabbing.
The whole thing, you know, and the Boy
No
Scouts.
video games then. Everybody went outside and had a good time.
No, you went outside. Your mother
Yeah.
and father kicked you out the house basically
Come back
all
for
day
dinner
long.
when it gets dark.
That's pretty much it. And
That's
I
it.
had a boat.
Oh, man, you were in hog heaven.
I was good. I was good. So they knew where I was all the time in a boat. But these guys would come down to bayou in the canoes, and we could hear them paddling because they're from all over the country. Would come to this place, and we would hear them paddling, hitting the metal canoes, and we would get outside on the wharf and wait. And as they passed by, we would throw water balloons, hose them down with the hose, whatever we could do.
Hot days, they might have liked that.
They enjoyed it because they were going to the lake for the whole weekend, and when they came back, they were burnt. They were
Sure.
yeah. But they loved it, every bit of it. But that I got involved with it. My daughter is the historian of the family, and she started talking about it and doing research. And then I met Jeannie Stengel
Okay.
with Friends of Camp Salmon, and I said, you know, we could raise money with this. Let's try this. So I brought it to the meeting one night, and we just said, okay, let's go for it. Let's shoot for it, and see what we can do to try to get the lodge back in working order again.
How much is it going to take to get the lodge back in working order?
Well,
How big is it, first of all?
I don't know the exact measurements, but I'm going to say roughly it's about, I'm going to say about 25 by 30.
Okay.
Yeah, and that includes the porch. It's not a real big place. It's got two big rooms in the front and then a smaller room in the back, which was typical for that type of design in those years. And the old house I grew up in was built the same way, right there on Bayou Liberty. So the difference was that was a plaster house, and it's trading. You know, it was a mercantile. It's where people went, and it was one of the only places around here on the old Spanish Trail, as they call it. And you never knew who you were going to meet there. From my research, I mean, because it was Indians, it was French, it was Spanish. You know, it was mulatto, it was Creole. I mean, you name it.
Right.
Everybody went there, and they usually went by boat. So it's a special place. And then the Boy Scouts took it over. I'm not sure what year, but they took it over, and it was just gangbusters. Every weekend during the summer, it was full of Scouts. And I think they moved it to Mississippi.
Okay.
I'm not sure why they did that, but they moved it to Mississippi, so now the Scouts went to Mississippi instead of coming here. And then it just kind of went in disrepair. Nobody paid attention to it.
Wasn't Camp Salmon closed for a while and was just reopened, or am I wrong about that?
The park itself?
Yes.
Yeah, it was closed for a while, and then it reopened, but it's limited hours.
Right. I know we had Shakespeare and
Right.
Roland Shakespeare with
Right.
the Arts Commission there for a few summers, and it was very popular.
Right. I remember that. That's when
Yeah.
I first started learning about it a little bit. I moved away when they were starting with this, and then when I came back, I learned a little bit about it. Then I painted it, and now here it is even a few years later,
Right.
and it's come back. So now I have something to do with the painting now.
Are there going to be any showings or anything? Shows that come we can see you?
I just applied for Jazz Fest and French Quarter Fest, so I'm waiting. I won't know till the 15th of
Okay.
January. I've gone there the last couple of years, and it's been fun.
So how can you get them again? We got about a minute left.
This can be gotten at iartlover.com
Okay.
and also at Friends of Camp Salmon.
Is there a phone number?
I don't know though.
Okay. Now, what if you want to get involved with Camp Salmon?
We have our meetings usually at the old soda shop in Slidell.
Oh, okay.
First Monday of every month,
What time?
6 o'clock. And if you can just show up there, or you could give me a call, and I could get you in touch with the right people, which is 985-710-5245.
And any idea how much revenue they want to raise?
Well, we needed $12,000 for the roof. We got that.
Okay.
So now we're shooting for it's kind of going to be an endless thing.
Right, I understand.
Because it's constantly. But eventually, what we want to do is put on shows there. I would like to do carving demonstrations there, painting demonstrations, or classes.
Right.
Whatever will work.
Okay.
The goal for me, I would like to have, is a tour down the bayou.
That'd be great.
A tour down the bayou. That would be ultimate for me.
You could run the tour. You could be the
I
tour
would like
guide.
to do that.
All right, one more time. $30 signed plus shipping.
Right.
Unlimited amount.
Right.
And they'll have some shows. You're hoping to get some shows.
Right. There's going to be some shows. I probably will have this in the March Arts Evening show in Slidell.
Okay, very popular.
Very popular show. Yeah.
All right, and your number again?
985-710-5245.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate it, Steve.
Hey, anytime, anytime. Carl, what's the number again?
985-710-5245 or iartlover.com.
Help Camp Salmon. All right, we'll be back with another guest in a few minutes. $30 sign, you can't beat it. If it's at Jazz Festival, it'll be $100 if you're lucky. We'll be back in a minute.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation.
You're resigning.
Why?
You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
Oh, I forgot. I'll do better. Please don't quit on me.
Don't let your heart quit on you. Get your uncontrolled high blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late.
Hey, we're back with Mr. Larry Rolling, and we're talking about the workforce retention, good, bad, and the challenges. And you started this. Tell me about it, Larry. And you're on the council, right?
I'm on city council. I'm a councilman for District D. Okay. And in 2011, I got elected. I was a business owner in 2011.
What business?
LA Logos and Promos.
Okay.
And back in 2011, one of the things that I really concentrated on was the business community in Covington, because they really are the heartbeat of any type of community to kind of keep the economic. There's a lot of great
business
things.
community and the people.
That's a lot of great things.
A lot goes on.
So one of the things that I wanted to bring to the business community and to the Covington employers was some resources for them to retain their businesses in Covington and also to grow their businesses. So we want them to be there. I mean,
Right.
obviously, it's a
No,
great tax base
sure.
for any city. So that being said, that's where we get to do a lot of great things. So what we're talking about today is our 8th in a series of Covington Business Workshops. And the title of this one is exactly what you said, the workforce retention. We know as small businesses, it's hard to retain sometimes their employees with the changing environment, with social media. What makes them happy? What can you do? What should you do in the HR role? Because a lot of small business owners and managers are those HR people.
Right.
They don't have an HR director. They are everything. They wear
They're
all
it.
the hats.
That's it.
So that being said, on Wednesday, February 6th, we're going to have our 8th workshop, and that's going to be at the Bogafilaya Hall in Covington.
Okay.
It's a free event, which is great. It starts at 8:30 and it runs to around noon. And some of the things that we're going to be talking about are we're going to have an HR director there, and she's going to talk about the fundamentals of running your business. How do you interview your employees? How do you retain those employees? What are the trends going on right now that you should be cautious of, watch out for, and what those challenges are? Also, we're going to have a labor law attorney there, which I think is great. I mean, think about it. You're going to get a chance to get some questions to this attorney that you've been probably thinking all the time, can I do this? Can I do that? Should I do this?
For free.
How do I document it? Those are the type of things that for a free event, this is just something you don't want to pass up. So
Right.
if you're a business owner out there, you definitely want to go ahead and register for this event.
So who you're going to have parish president there, Mayor Cooper?
Yes, well, the Mayor Cooper will open up our agenda. Also, we'll have Parish President Pat Brister. She's been very loyal to this series, and she'll have a few words for the business owners. Also, we'll have the director of the Small Business Development Center out of Southeastern. They have a support role in this. They'll have the registration for us. It'll be online in their website and also the Covington website to register. And then we'll have Sandy Hughes. She's an HR director that can go ahead and she's going to go through everything you should and shouldn't do. So, and things to watch out for.
There's
and then we're going to have
probably
our
a lot
labor attorney.
nowadays you shouldn't do.
I know. It's very delicate out there. As a business
Very.
owner, it's tough. And you wear all the hats. You have all the pressures. And hopefully this resource will help that business to be more successful and retain those employees. So I'm excited about it. I'm really excited to bring it to the Covington businesses, but also this is open to, if you have a business in Abita Springs or Mandeville or St. Tammany Parish or Tangipahoa or Washington Parish, come to this
How
event.
many people can you
We can accommodate probably like 150 in the Bogafilaya Hall. We're going to have refreshments that
Where's
are going to
the
be free.
Bogafilaya Hall? For
It's
anybody
right
that doesn't know.
next to the Greater Covington Center, which is connected to the City Hall on Jefferson.
Okay.
But it's right down the street from the courthouse. So if you know where the big courthouse is,
Can't
we're
miss
right
the
down the street.
courthouse.
You can't miss it. But we're going to have the CBA, which is the Covington Business Association, that's going to provide coffee and
light refreshments?
light refreshments. So we appreciate them sponsoring this also. But this is just a great event, and I'm just so happy and humbled by the opportunity to do this for the citizens, truly.
And this was your brainstorm.
I wanted to give it to the community. It gives me, as a councilman, it gives me an opportunity to bring something to the community like this. So I love every minute of it. I'm just glad I could do it, truly.
What's the feedback you've gotten, and how has it grown over 8 years?
We've had so many topics over the years, and it's grown every year. Some topics are more important than others, but I think right now this is a hot topic because as the economy is really a good economy right now. I think we all can agree with that.
Yeah.
And that being said, the worst thing you want is to train your employees and then they start job hopping for 50 cents more or $1 more.
Right.
And you don't necessarily blame them in a way because I know finances are finances, but hopefully what comes out of this from the HR directors will kind of show you how you maybe incentive-wise can do certain things that maybe it might not be a 50 cents or a dollar raise, but it might be an incentive like vacation pay or a time off and things like that. Those are important to employers and employees nowadays. So that being said, there's probably little tricks there we'll probably find out. And I'm anxious to hear it all.
What is the most important thing today that you're going to discuss?
At this,
What do you think is the number one topic?
After we put this agenda together, I think the number one topic is the labor laws, because everything is very delicate right now, especially with social media. What can be put on there, what shouldn't be put on there, what these managers might be doing that really isn't legal to do. And nobody wants to get in trouble, and I don't think anybody does anything on purpose. They just don't know the laws.
Right.
I think people are going to want to hear from Michael Bush. He's an attorney he specializes in labor law. So I think that in itself that could be a whole program in itself, I think. But we wanted to kind of make it attractive to these employers to go ahead and come to this event and enjoy it.
Feedback from employers about how it's changed the atmosphere of their business.
What I hear out in the city, and not just Covington, it's just any business owner that I know, it's always the retention of those employees. It's kind of, how do you have them motivated? How do you keep them motivated? How do you want them to come in for work? How do you want them to excel? How do you want to, give them training? What kind of training's out there that might be free that some employers don't even know it's out there? So I think with SLU, they bring a lot to the table in resources. So this educates, they'll have a chance to speak at this event, and I think it'll give employers an outlet to go ahead and say, look, let me go to their website, let me see what training is available, and all of it's free. So you can't beat it. You really can't. So I think, the employers are sometimes, again, so overwhelmed with everyday activities. Sometimes they forget about stuff like this. So hopefully, them knowing this is happening will get them to register, and they can register online.
Okay, what's
If I could, it's lsbdc.org/SLU, and I hope they'll put that on a screen.
They will.
There's no phone number.
Okay.
It's just strictly on the website. Also, this will be online at covla.com, which is the Covington website too. But
covla.com.
That's the Covington website. But I would recommend going to the SLU site first. But again, you can also show up the day of. It's okay.
Right. And we got to wrap this baby up.
Yes,
It's
sir.
Wednesday, February 6th. Registration's at 8. It's from 8:30 to noon, and it's at the Bogafalaya Hall in Greater Covington Center.
That is it. And again, we are thankful to you to bring it to the
That's
public.
what we're here for anybody in the
We
community.
appreciate you.
We appreciate y'all.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
very much.
Thank you, sir.
We'll be back with our next guest in a few minutes. February 6th, Wednesday, 8 o'clock registration, 8:30 to noon, Bogafalaya Hall. What do they do? What's the website again?
The website is lsbdc.org/SLU or covla.com.
Come on back in a few minutes and make sure you go check them out. We'll be back. Don't go away.
And then from this angle, it all makes a star.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore.
Show up
And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible.
And then we're gonna turn the lights and everybody look up.
I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought.
What's your reaction gonna be? Yeah, exactly.
And unconventional methods
Okay, what else?
common.
Little tadpoles, frogs, spiders, this is their world.
There's nothing.
And then they die. Go ahead, go, go, go.
I'm a teacher. I make more.
Hey, we're back with Mark Myers, and we're talking about...
The Lobby Lounge at the Harbor Center.
And where's the Harbor Center for people who don't know?
The Harbor Center's in Slidell, Louisiana, right off the first exit coming across I-10 from New Orleans.
Can't miss it.
Been there for 12 years now.
Okay. Wow, that long.
Yeah.
Jeez. And you on the board?
I am currently the chairman of the board for the
Boy,
Harbor Center.
you lucked out, huh, guy?
I think the day I wasn't in the room, somebody said, let's
You
just
said I have
put
to go
him
to the
there."
bathroom. Mark's for chairman. Okay, vote. Unanimous.
Something like that. Something like that.
So this was your idea?
So the
Tell us about it.
Convoluted story. It involves being a member of the Association of Retired Persons, AARP, reading their magazine at home one day, and they had an article.
You're not retired, are you?
No, but I'm
I
a
didn't think
proud
so.
member of AARP.
I am too. I am too, son.
Reading the magazine about how touring musicians occasionally will look for performance opportunities if they're performing between, say, Biloxi and New Orleans.
Right.
Maybe they're looking to pick up a gig along I-10. And some of them will even play in your home for a fee. I said, well, that's interesting. I'd love to have a musician playing in my living room, but you know Vicki and I, we have a little condo. And I'm thinking, they'll never fit. I thought about it, and I said, you know, I have access to the largest living room in St. Tammany Parish.
Yeah.
The lobby of the Harbor Center. I called my executive director, Kathy Lowry. I said, just be open-minded for a minute. I want to come in.
What is it, Mark?
That's about what it usually is. I said, I want to pitch you something. And she loved it. She took it from the germ of an idea,
Right.
injected the fuel, and we had that conversation in September. First show was in November.
Of 2018?
Yeah, we already had the first show.
Jeez.
Brought a band in called Wild Eyes from Nashville. They are touring the world, and they came down to play for us on their way over to Texas. And we had about 95 people in the audience.
Wow.
We convert the lobby of the Harbor Center, which you've been in many times.
Oh, yes.
It's sort of a tan brick, and well, you wouldn't recognize it. You ever been in the Foundation Room, House of Blues?
No.
It's completely tapestry covered and
Really?
it's dark and mysterious. We turn our lounge into that. Took a lot of tapestries. My wife was about to confiscate my credit card, but she let me go. And we lined the whole place with tapestries. We dimmed the lights. We hang
Beverages?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Adult beverages.
Adult
I'm sure.
beverages and snacks.
And snacks.
We have seating for 124 people. The furthest seat from this stage is about 30 feet.
Really?
Yeah, we have 4 top tables.
Good sight lines.
No obstructions. We got the 2 big columns. Nobody sits behind the columns.
Okay.
So, great shows.
Tables or just the
We
chairs?
got 4 tops, and everything else are chairs.
Now, how much are tickets, and how do you get the 4 tops of the chairs?
All ticket sales are through Eventbrite.com.
Eventbrite?
Eventbrite, EVENTBRITE.
Okay.
They're a nationwide ticket
All right.
seller for concerts and performances. Advance sales only. We shut down Eventbrite the afternoon of the show, and whatever sold, and we think this show coming up we're going to talk about is going to be sold out. We set up the venue for the number of people that
They'll come to the door at the last minute.
No, we will not sell 1 seat at the door.
I have $1,000. Will you let me in?
No, sir, not the night of. Man. Not the night of. You won't have a seat set up. I'd have to go get a worker to go
What
find
if I
a
have
chair
my
for you.
Mardi Gras chair? Tell us about the show. It's going to be January 31st. What day of the week is that?
Thursdays. We have found the Harbor Center is actually quite busy Friday through Sunday.
Okay.
Almost year round.
Really?
So, as event centers will tell you, their slow days are Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. We started exploring with artists, and we realized Thursday seemed like a good day because they're just about to get into New Orleans maybe for their next show Friday, Saturday night. So we've decided to try to build consistency with Thursday shows about once a month,
Okay.
later in the month, but dependent upon their tour schedule. So if a really good band is coming through and they need Wednesday, we'll do a show on a Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll
or
accommodate
Tuesday.
them.
Absolutely, because they're working with us. We've structured the financial arrangement such that there's no risk to the center, and the band sets the ticket prices, and they keep the seat price.
The Harbor Center makes something, don't they?
We upgrade the higher end seating, and we keep that upgrade. We get a piece of the concessions, but this was not about making a lot of money. This was keeping the series in the black,
Covering cost.
fulfilling a
Making
promise to the community that was made when we built the building, that we would bring them music. And we've brought some music.
Yeah.
But this is going to be monthly concerts by nationally touring musicians. These are acts they would not get to see without the Lobby Lounge.
Who finds the acts?
That's the secret sauce that Kathy and I have discovered how to liaison with these touring musicians that we really don't want to share with other local.
Well, I just want to know who found them. I didn't want to know how you do it.
Social media and the internet is an amazing thing.
Okay.
And these artists are on there, and they're looking for fill-in gigs, bridge gigs between, like I said, Gulf Coast and New Orleans, and we connect through social media. They like our program. A lot of these artists will be playing in a bar or a small venue. The first band pulled up in a van. There were 3 musicians and Wild Eyes. They started unloading their music. Our staff of 5 team members who do all our setup and tear down walked down and said, "What can we do for you?" They almost fainted. It's like nobody's ever asked us. Nobody's ever asked us that before. So the musicians are responding. We're now getting emails reaching out asking us to come play. But the criteria is nationally touring. We want to bring Slidell the caliber of musicians, I'm not in any way demeaning our local musicians, but I can see them any night of the week playing locally. These are musicians that are purposefully adding Slidell to their travel plans, and you wouldn't see them otherwise.
And we got about a minute and a half left. Who's coming on the 31st?
Elisa Sun is a solo artist out of San Francisco, California, who sold her home, bought an RV, and has been touring North America, Canada, and United States for probably 6-7 months now. And she's been all the way up into Canada from San Francisco. She came down the East Coast. She's getting into Fort Walton and northern Florida this week, playing gigs over there, and then is going to move her way here. And January 31st, our show times are 7 to 9 p.m. Doors open at 6:30. We have sold 75% of the tickets. We got about 35 tickets left for her.
We got about a half a minute to go.
She is amazing. She's got 2 CDs out. Elisa
CDs
Sun.
will be for sale, I'm sure.
Absolutely. ELLISA Sun, SUN.com. .com. She's amazing. It's going to be a great show, and I think it's going to sell out within the next 10 days.
Any
Come see
other
her.
future artists you have booked that you can tell me in 20 seconds?
Sunday and Mr. Gessel is a jazz duo from Seattle, Washington in February. Heart Society Soul Act from Jackson, Mississippi, March. And Birch Piera and the Gin Joints are coming in from Austin, Texas in April. They're going to be a hoot.
And you're going to have shows every month? Even during the summer?
Not in December because the lobby is Christmas.
Right.
And we're going to take 1 month off in the summer depending on tour schedules. It was going to be July, but we got Kristen Diable for July. That is freaking huge.
Okay.
And she couldn't do June because Jazz Fest won't let her play within 2 months of the Jazz Fest.
Okay, I got you. All right, real quick, where do they go to get tickets?
Eventbrite.com. Advanced sales only. Tickets start at EVENTBRITE.com. Tickets start at $16.
That's cheap.
Yes, it is.
All right, man. Thank you. Come back anytime and
Thanks,
talk
Steve.
to us.
Good to see you.
Good seeing you. And that's a wrap. Okay, now, January 31st, who are we going to see?
Elisa Sun.
And how do you get tickets? Where do you go?
Eventbrite.com.
EVENTBRITE.com. How much are tickets?
$16 and up.
He knows his prices. Go get it. January 31st, Harbor Center. You'll have a blast. And you'll be so close. We'll be back in 2 weeks for the next show. Bye-bye.